In Marshall County, earlier this morning, emergency workers responded to the scene of a Norfolk Southern train derailment.
We have had a train accident and it is leaking a few different kinds of chemicals. We have some fuel leaking and they are trying to identify another chemical that is leaking.
Several concerned community members have gathered at the scene to protest. It was imperative that emergency workers move them from the area because the chemicals were unknown. At least that's how it would have gone if it were a real event. This is a training exercise hosted by the Department of Homeland Security for Northwest Indiana emergency workers.
Is how important it is to make these kind of skills better and to have communication better in what we call blue sky days as opposed to when things are not so great. So the real important thing is communication, coordination, and collaboration.
In this exercise, emergency workers are scouting the area by drone and on foot to see the widespread effects of the damages. They're also looking for any potential victims. Now that they've cleared the area, they start communicating amongst each other to figure out what approach to take on this disaster.
Things are going quickly, which they do in an emergency, but we don't experience those emergencies every day. So it's good to be put in these pressure situations so that when those emergencies do happen, you feel more cool and calm and collected.
The reason Argos was chosen was because this area is similar to New Palestine, Ohio, a place where a real chemical disaster took place in February of 2023, dumping over 100,000 gallons of hazardous material. In order to make the scene more realistic, Norfolk Southern donated use of special training car that simulates a variety of chemical spills.
And so this is very, very exciting for us because normally we don't have this level of play.
This operation helps the emergency workers practice safety, how they gain entry to the train, and how they communicate with various emergency organizations.
I think with every exercise you identify gaps in your response capabilities, and we're starting to see some of those, not just for us here locally, but I think other EMAs are starting to see, if we had an incident like this, do we have enough fire apparatus to respond to this? Do we have a hazmat team close enough that will get here soon? How are we going to handle releasing information to the public?
To add a realistic element, a local high school theater came out to participate in the drill.
Community members were here to protest it.
This event will be held annually in various locations around Indiana to help emergency workers train for man-made or natural disasters.
One of the important things that we're also trying to do in this is get the information out to the public that everyone should take some personal responsibility in being prepared for something like this.
Even though the field exercises are over with today, there'll still be one more day of training where they'll review everything to better help their community. For SBS-TV, I'm Bueno-Pedraza.